Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Ashikin. My matrix number is 2230763. Today I will present thinking, language and intelligence. So, thinking refer to mental processes like problem solving, decision making and reasoning. Okay, thinking helps us to process information and solve our problems, make plans and come up with new ideas or solutions. Next is language. Language is a structured system of symbols, when we spoke, write and sign that we use to communicate with other people. It allows us to share our thoughts and express our feelings and connect with people in our daily life. Next is intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to learn from experience, adapt to new situations and apply knowledge. Intelligence includes many skills such as logical thinking, creativity, problem solving and understanding emotions, both our own and others. So, in conclusion, in short, thinking, language and intelligence are deeply connected because they shape how we understand the world and how we communicate with others and how we solve problems that we have.
Okay, Assalamualaikum students. So how do you feel today? So today what we call today we are talking about thinking. In our talk, maybe in your mind think about thinking must be related with the problem solving, right? So basically how our brain works to know stuff or figure things out. So there must a reason, right? There must an answer. So we will look at how we take information, make sense of it, build ideas and tackle tricky problem.
Yes.
And we will also see the different ways people think and that shape how they see the world. Today my name is Mr.T. This is a debate. We will teach you about thinking. So what is thinking? Thinking refer for what? So thinking in psychology refer to connective behavior in which idea, images, mental representations or other hypothetical elements of thought, okay, are experienced or manipulated. So I will pass to Tabet to explain about the key of elements connections because thinking and connection are related.
Okay. So guys, I'm fellow friends. So this is key element of connection that I will explain to you guys. So we have three elements, which is the first one is concept, the second one is prototypes, and the last one is anchoring. So if there any of you that have a early idea about what is these three elements about? If there's no one, okay, there's no one, then I will explain. So the first one is we talk about concept, which is mental group for similar items, which is helping us quickly to organize information. So what does this concept mean? Okay, for us as a human, we tend to understand something that have a pattern. Okay, we have the tendency to memorize something that have a pattern. So that is what we call concept. Okay, so I will give you some example lah. Okay, if you see in our class, they have a lot of chairs. So if we see something that where we can see, okay, something or anything object that where we can see, so we all label it as a chair because our brain it concept all the things that we can be sit on, we call it as a chair. So that is what we call as concept. We put all object into something bigger file or bigger groups to understand it very well and very fast. Okay, and then the second is about prototype, which is the best example in your mind for a concept and used for fast making, which is prototypes and concept that are related. Okay, as I talk about concept is where we grouping something into something, and then this the prototype is where we see something and we put it into the group. So that's what we call prototype. For an example, as as I said tadi about chair, right? So let's talk about another thing else. For an example, okay, we talk about birds. If we see something that can fly and have wings, okay, we always label it as a bird. Okay, something that can fly and have wings. Our brain talk to ourselves and process the data that we see, which is that animal have wings and that animal also can fly. So our brain process it and put it into birds group. We doesn't call that animal we doesn't call that animal into another group of animals. So we grouping it into birds. So that is what we call prototype. Okay. And then anchoring, which is judging new information based on the first piece received, especially when uncertain. So anchoring is like a early perception or early judgment when you see something new to you that you doesn't have any exposure about it. Okay, so example that I can relate to us lah. As we students, okay, so we all need to eat. Okay, we all need to eat. We all need to consume food to restore our energy. So if we go to Maple, okay, right, we will buy nasi ayam. Okay, we will buy chicken rice in the price about 7 ringgit for a normal chicken rice. So normal chicken rice is 7 ringgit. So we put that 7 ringgit in our mind as the main price for nasi ayam. Okay, so because that's the first time we eat nasi ayam at Penang and that's the first time we eat nasi ayam at Maple. So 7 ringgit is our main price that we put it. So after a few years or a few days lah maybe, we see another stall selling nasi ayam also, but the stall sell the price at 8 ringgit, at 8 ringgit. So another stall sell the nasi ayam 8 ringgit. So we might say that another store, the next store is selling nasi ayam quite pricey 8 ringgit right? So because it show us the increasing of the amount. Okay, our brain process the difference of the amount of the price of nasi ayam. So we say that this one is higher than the earlier nasi ayam that I eat before. But if we eat nasi ayam, if one of us eat nasi ayam on that another store which is the nasi ayam was sell at 8 ringgit, and then the next day he want to buy nasi ayam at Maple which is 7 ringgit, the other people might say that nasi ayam at Maple is quite cheaper than the store that I go yesterday. So that's what we call anchoring, okay, which is judging new information based on the first piece we receive, especially when uncertain, where we put that price 7 ringgit as our main anchor, where we put it as the main idea for the price of nasi ayam at Penang. So if we see there's changes on the price, so we will remind back our memories or our brain will process the earlier price of nasi ayam that we eat at Penang. So that is what we call as anchoring. So I hope you guys understand, okay? And then next one.
So what we call as a problem solving approach. This one fast thinking and then one is slow thinking. So before I start, do you ever heard about these two? If not,
I think you guys are already okay. So I can continue again. Okay. So I will talk about fast thinking, which is informal. So the first one where we have is heuristic. So heuristic is mental shortcut from past experience, which is there's two types of thinking that we have, which is the first one is heuristic and the second one is algorithm. Algorithm will be explained by Shakir. So heuristic is where our brains process the idea or process the idea, but it process it and put a reference from our past experience, which is mental shortcut. That's what we call mental shortcut from past experience. For example, if you want to look for breads, if you want to look for spices in a mall, okay. So when we enter the mall, there are a lot of shelf or a lot of aisle that we can see. So, but based from our past experience, we know that okay, in a mall, spice will be sell or will be present at the last island at the back. So our brain thought to ourselves, if you enter the mall and then walk, just go straight to the back of the mall. Okay, just enter and go to the end of the mall, and then that's where you can see spices. So that's what we call heuristic. Our past experience taught us how to process the ideas. And then we have top-down processing, which is using existing knowledge to understanding this. It's same as heuristic, top-down processing. For example, we bought a new car. Okay, we bought a new car and we know how to drive a car before. Okay, so our brain told us, okay, you doesn't need to focus on anything else. If you have a new car, okay, you just can drive it because you already know how to drive a car before. Even the cars might be different in their concepts or their features or what. And then we have schema, which is mental blueprints guiding expectation. Schema is like what? You say before, what is schema? I forgot.
So in our mind, we can visualize where if let's say Tebe wanted to buy the spices,
Yes.
maybe. So we can visualize this section for food, this section for electronic, this section for what we call fruits. So they can assume or imagine, visualize based on their experience. So where's the spices located?
Okay, now I remember. So this schema is also from our past experience where we already know how people adjust or how people grouping some things into a way that have a better that better align. Okay, for like schema that Syakir remember me again, which is if you want to go to buy spices again, okay, we might go to mall A and then we go back to the end of the mall to find the spices, okay, and then maybe the next month we want to go to another mall, another different mall. Okay, but our brain, we already know that in every mall they have a similar schema. Every mall have similar schema in showing or in presenting their products. So especially about spices, where all the mall put all the spices at the back. So yeah, if you went to any different situation, but the schema are still the same. Okay, that's how we go. And then we have mental set, which is sticking to hope solution. Okay, so this is quite used for all of us, which is if you want to study, okay, if you want to study for the final paper, some of us we might say, I think it's better for us to study the night before the paper. Okay, I know all of us do that, which is that what we call mental set. We already know, okay, if I study first. If I study earlier about 1 day or 2 days, and then during the final paper, I might doesn't remember all the information that I have memorized. So I think it's better for me to study or memorize things at the night before the last paper. So that's what we mental set. Okay, we stick to that one solution only. We doesn't see another way to overcome our problems. So that's what we call mental set. Okay, now so thinking forward, I will pass it to Syakir. Okay, please pay attention.
So just easy to get to understand. Fast thinking is something word smart, but slow thinking something we can understand about word hard. Okay, slow thinking ni I will call there's a forward reasoning because it's more careful. You have to put more effort, but it's more reliable. Okay,
Yes.
so I will talk about algorithm. Why algorithm? Because slow thinking, everything must have a process step. Okay, so algorithm is about step by step solving for guaranteed result. What does it mean? So everything we believe have a rules to find the right answer.
Yes.
Okay, must be for you. So what let's say I lost my phone. Okay, so slowly I search every single what we call area in my room.
every single place that I have been before.
Yes, thank you so
Every
much.
single place that okay, so it's like okay, 5 minutes earlier I went to the toilet, and then 5 minutes before that I went to my room. 5 minutes before that I went to my kitchen.
I found
You will follow the place that you have been there before one by one. Okay, you doesn't go to kitchen first, but you will go to the last one that you do, which is you want to go to the toilet, and then you go to your room, and then you go to the kitchen.
secondly, I will explain about bottom-up processing. So bottom-up processing is about analyzing easy to understand, start from small detail to understand, especially with the new or complex things. Okay, so I give you example. So I buy a new camera, right? So I had to learn. So this camera from Realme. So I had to study the feature in this camera. This is the latest model. Have a feature like portrait. So I had to learn how to use portrait effect wisely.
Yes.
Okay. Second, the third one we call syllogism, which the meaning is using logic with a statement to reach a conclusion. For example, I is a human. Every human will die one day, but maybe the time difference. But all of us know every creature will die. Will die. Okay. So another example using logical deduction. If A equals B, B equals C, so then A equals C. Okay. Last but not least, I will see diagnosis. Diagnosis. What if all of us comment this situation? For example, we have we answer the final exam. Okay, we have what called objective question, right? We have a 4 option. So my strategy, I will find and identify which one is more to fulfill the criteria to answer the question, which one not. So the answer not suitable with this question, I will eliminate or cross the option. I think I found the right answer. So you want to add on something?
I think maybe I want to add on about syllogism lah. So maybe all of you might be quite clear about syllogism. Okay, like Syakir said, using logical deduction, A equal to B equal to C, then A equal to C, which is like, as we talk about another example lah. If like someone is wearing a police uniform, okay, I give an example. If someone is wearing a police uniform, so we know that okay, this guy is a police. Okay, we know that he is a police because he's wearing a police uniform, and then that guy standing on the side of the road. Okay, it's like okay, someone standing beside on the road and waiting for cars to come. So we know that if a police uniform, if someone is wearing police uniform and waiting at the side of the road, we know that okay, this guy, this police might sue me, might give someone to me, because we know okay, this is a police traffic, maybe this is a traffic police. Okay, so that's what we call using logical deduction, using our brain how to recognize something. So we doesn't okay, why there's police beside this road? I think doesn't happen. I think nothing will happen. At the end, but he wants you to put your car at the side of the road, and he will ask you and he will sue. So that's what we call syllogism, where we bring using logical deduction to solve something. Okay. May I? Yeah.
Okay. So okay, this is why this is so important. So this approach is one of the evidence why humans are different, because every human starting from the sea, but how this thing the evidence why to be differentiate with me and Quebec.
Yeah.
Sometimes to make a decision maybe I use slow thinking method approach, but sometimes depend on the situation I will using this. So this is a proven how human are different, because it depends how a human using approach to making a decision.
Yes. So I think that's all lah.
It's all for us. Thank you so much, class.
Okey adik, panggil akak kakak. Kak. Kak? Kak. Kakak. Kakak. Ya betul. Okey. Okey, hari ni kita nak belajar ABC.
Ya.
Apple. Apple. Apple.
Apple.
Ya betul. Saya panggil SCT-008 and my number is 3079.
Hi, my name is Norina Khadijah. My number is 090. And today we will talk about the language and how the language development happened to a children. The language is the communication of the information through the symbol arranged according to systematic rules. And the language is also how the language developed is when the children looking and listening to their parents and through their play with the friends, and after that they are understanding what the parents or the friends want to talk about, and after that that's how he talking, and that's how he developed the language of herself or himself. And after that baru ada pronunciation. So that's how the children develop the language development since their child until they are adult.
Next, language development. So, production of language. After 1 day, the children start to produce simple words. For example, mama, papa, mommy, or ami. And next, produce the more complicated form of language. For example, Nadia, mama. By age 3, they start to make plurals by adding nouns, and form the past tense, adding and to verbs. By age 5,
about, which is the intelligence. So what is intelligence? Intelligence is a capability to understand the world, how they think rationally, and how we solve the problem effortlessly. So that what we understand about the intelligence. The intelligence has lots of theory, which is the first one is Spearman G factor. The Spearman G factor was on 1927. Okay, this is it is general cognitive intelligence underlies all mental abilities, and the performance in one area often predicts performance in others, which is Spearman G factor, mostly logical or mathematical, and how they express it is by expressing the mathematical words. The second is the fluid and crystallized intelligence. The fluid means abstract reasoning and problem solving, while crystallized is about accumulating knowledge, accumulating experience and knowledge. So the fluid, we think about something, but we have a reason to think about it. While crystallized is about a knowledge based on the experience or past event that we have been through before this. What is Howard Gardner multiple intelligence? So, Howard Gardner multiple intelligence is about musical, body kinesthetically, logical, mathematical, linguistic, spatial, interpersonal, and naturalist. All of this are using intelligence, using this eight element that is used to express the intelligence. Number 4 is the Sternberg practical intelligence. Sternberg practical intelligence saying that it relates to the real world success and everyday problem solving, which is mean that everything that happens in the real world is happening in our mind or our thinking or intelligence to solve it. And as we know, the Sternberg practical intelligence was learned through observations, not academic tests. We see around us, and what we see around us is the way how we develop our intelligence. And number 5 is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is ability to understand and manage emotions. Emotion comes in different types of emotions, either sad, happy, mad, moody, and others. And emotional intelligence supports empathy, self-awareness, and social skills. Without emotional intelligence, it's hard for you to maintain the emotional to be around everyone or everything that you have been on around you. So, how do we measure intelligence? So, in early theory, Galton has disproved by the head size theory. The bigger head is the most smart, the most intelligent person in the world. While Alfred Binet developed the first IQ test. The first IQ test that introduced the mental age, which is he telling that the IQ test would adapt and influenced by the mental age. So how the IQ and the modern test? IQ is the mental age divided to the chronological age and multiple with 100. Stanford Binet using WISC IV, WISC IV, and it very used widely today. The IQ test is very important, and most of people around the world has used it to measure the IQ test. So, how the test quality? It based on the reliability and it based on reliability and validity. So
reliability is a consistent result, while validity is measure what it claims to measure, and the norm is standardized comparison. So how about the intellectual disabilities? Of course, intelligence not only bring a great effect to determine somebody or someone were a smart or dumb. So in this they say my IQ 55 to 69 is a person who can live independently, while several IQ 40 to 54 someone need supervision because of something that he cannot tolerate or something that he cannot process to think more and further about it. And as we know, the intellectual disabilities is about fetal alcohol syndrome and familial factor. All of these could affect the intelligence of someone to the future. So the last one is nature versus nurture. Heritability is about genetic influence on intelligence. Some of you may heard about your mother is smart, your father is smart. Of course, you're already smart. Your father, or in opposite way, maybe your family doesn't deserve an A, so you don't deserve an A. That was me. And actually, it's supposed to be focused on maximizing individual potential, which is the individual potential is supposed to be the person intelligent itself. Maybe she or he need to develop more the intelligence by exploring the world, learning more, and others. That's all for intelligence.
Masa tinggal lagi 10 minit
Hello, today I want to talk about intelligence, which is general intelligence by experiment 1927. Yes.
Which is G factor.
Okay. What is general intelligence is a general cognitive ability influencing performance on all mental tasks.
So as you can see, based on the skits that we have shown, we adapt the scene from Bad Genius movie, and the main character is Lin, was answering all the questions effortlessly, which is she can do anything very effortlessly. She is very smart and very power in taking exam.
Yes. For example, in the movie, in the series, Lin excel academically across all subjects. The main subject that she can do is she can solve complex maths effortlessly without any struggling. Also, she can help others without any problem.
And I would like to ask, the G factor is about expressing the general cognitive with mathematical numbers. So the numbers 2 is the logical mathematical intelligence, which is Gardner multiple intelligence. So the Gardner multiple intelligence in the scene that we have created and adapt from the Bad Genius series. Lynn has shared the answer using a body gesture, like tapping the table using finger, like playing piano. But in the scene that in the skits, we have changed it to knocking the table. So which is one knock means A, double knock it means B, triple knock which is it means C, and four time knocks which is D. So for example, I was the Lin. I was sharing answer with Yana, which is Yana was behind me. So I knocked to the table and she understand what the answer is before starts. As you can see, Lin has based on the movie, Lin has giving a warning or cues before she starts giving the example. So this means intelligence can bring lots of opportunity. Lin has used the opportunity to gain a lot of trust and making money. So that's all for the intelligent part.
In conclusion, thinking language and intelligence are key part of human cognition. These elements are essential because they allow us to process information and communicate effectively with others and solve problems in our daily life. What is interesting is they are closely connected. Language helps us to express our thought, while intelligence supports both thinking and communication by allowing us to reason, learn and adapt to new situations. By understanding this process, psychologists can explain how we learn new things, solve challenges and adjust to change in our environment. Studying thinking, language and intelligence also help us appreciate what makes human behavior and mental abilities so unique compared to other species. Okay, in short, there's three areas from the foundation of how we interact with the world and each other. So that's all from me. Thank you.